Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today I am going to be showing you my planner that I am going to be using for 2025. So if that is something that you guys want to see, stay tuned. All right, so what is that saying, guys? If it's not broke, don't try to fix it. So this is the planner that I use for 2024, and I'm going to be carrying it over into 2025. Now, as much as I wanted to go in and make some changes and add some more things to the budget planner, I wanted to do it so bad, but then I thought, I don't want to make it too complicated. I don't need all these extra pages that I'm not going to use. Yes, it looks good, but when it comes down to me actually trying to do my budget realistically, are these new extra sheets that I want to put in here, are they actually going to work? Or are they just going to overwhelm me and confuse me? So I try to make this as simple as I can because that's how my brain works. That's how my brain works. So let's go ahead and let's jump into it. So first thing, my planner is a 7x9, and I do use the disc. You can swap these out with anything. I just keep the purple disc. I think I might end up doing some metal disc, or I don't know. But for now, I'm just going to keep it as the purple disc. So I do have a frost cover that's on the front because I do like to have my cover protected. So that's why I always include in these. All of this pops out because it's the disc bound system. So it makes it easy to take pages out and to insert pages. So I have been actually working on, this is just artwork that I've drew myself. I draw this on my iPad. I've working on different covers. So what I'm going to be actually doing is I'm going to be offering other cover designs that you can pop these out and then add more covers, like a different cover, or I might offer custom covers, but I'm going to see how the regular covers go. So I'm going to do like a different design, different colors, where you can change your disc and match it all up. You know how that goes. All right, so the inside here, I have just a little, what do you want to call it? Just like a little dashboard sheet here. So this right here is just basically, I am going to put this right here that I got off of Amazon. I'll link this in my description box. It's just it's a pack that has a whole bunch of them in there. And I'll link it below. But it's just a vinyl pocket here, and you just put it there. So I'm trying to figure out if I want to do this one or if I want to do these little pockets. Now these pockets, I do sell these on my website, but I want to see if I want to have two small ones or one small one. So I'm deciding on that of what I want to do. So we're going to figure out how that's going to work. And then you have this planner belongs to, and then you have the year, and then you have PaycheckClothlife, and then you have the little verbiage on the bottom. And before we hop into it, I had the sticker, because usually what I'll do is I'll put stickers in here to hold them there. But this right here is your dividers. So this tells you what month you want to start with. So even if you don't get this at the beginning of the year in January, you can start your planner off in March. You can start it off in April. You can start it off in May, or you can take half of the planner out. You can just do a 6-month planner if you don't want it that thick. But I feel like it's not that thick. It's not that bulky. So I just keep all of my year, my dates in there. So you can just pretty much start it whenever you want to start it. And these are just stickers that just pop off like this. And I'm going to do this. And we're just going to put that there. I'm just going to put it here. I am not the best person to put stickers on, guys. Here, we'll do it this way. So that's how that works. And if you want to highlight and you want to like color it in or whatever, whatnot, you can get creative. But these are just dividers. I'm going to go here. They just pop out and then they just pop in. So you can move them however you want to. So if you want to start with February, you just pretty much take January out of this section, and you can just, or you can just take it there, take it out of this section and just move it to the back, and then just move your papers up, however you want to do it. All right, so these are the stickers that come with it for your labels, for your dividers. Okay, so then we have, hey there, all of the information telling you thank you for grabbing my planner. That hope you love it. And then this page right here tells you exactly how to use each page. So if you have trouble trying to figure out how to use your planner, just come back to this page and this tells you how to actually use it. All right, so the next thing we have, oh, this is our yearly planner. So this right here, I'm just telling you guys how I use it. I write down the holidays that are coming up for each month. So that way, if I want to pretty much save for certain things, I can just come back to my yearly planner and I can just say, hey, in January, we have New Year's Day. In January, we have Martin Luther King's birthday. Or for February, we have Valentine's Day. So that way, I'm not always keep going to my computer, looking on Google, trying to figure. I mean, it's still easy, but I just have it all in here with my budget planner. You don't have to just write plans in here. You can write appointments. You can write birthdays. You can do whatever you need to do. And then I have a section down here for notes. Now, the next thing I have is vision board. I love doing the vision board. Vision board doesn't have to be like materialistic items that you are wanting to manifest in your life or that you want to become a reality. It could be like, I want to pay off debt. So you can have a credit card with a no sign on there saying that you don't want any credit card debt for the year of 2025. That's your vision. That's what you want to see. That's what you want to manifest. That's what you want to come to your reality, or however you put it. So this is pretty much just, it says use this section to bring your visions and goals to reality by writing them down here. Think about the things you want to achieve in the next year. You can do a vision board here, or you can write it. Some people like to write down what their plans and goals are. Some people like to put it as a picture. So you have either or option, or you can do both. All right, so the next one we have is our subscription tracker. Basically, is to track your subscriptions. And on the side, I ended up in my old planner. Let me show you guys. What I did was I ended up doing it yearly, and I was like, oh my goodness. I'm like, what in the world? So this right here did a really big picture, but I did fill it in for 2024. And then this was my yearly amount for all of my subscriptions when I add up the yearly amount for that. So that right there, you have where you can put if it's auto renew, if it reoccurs monthly or yearly, and the amount and subscription name and date. And these pages here, if you want to color them in, they're just neutral, because I know sometimes I do color and people are like, that is too much color. So I just did a neutral planner, so that way you can add your stickers, or if you have different type of kits and stuff that you want to add to it, totally up to you. So the next thing we have is the monthly at a glance. So this right here, you have your monthly planner, and you have where you can actually date it. And I'm going to show you the books that I made to go along with this planner. I almost forgot about that. So as you can see, these are pretty much undated, but this right here makes it so much easier for you to add your dates, and it's the pretty much same font here. So all you have to do is just do the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, date it till the 31st. And you do have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So you have enough for the whole year. I'm not even supposed to be doing a video on this book, but I'm just going to go through super quick. So this is Savings Challenges Cash Stuffing. So you have those. And then you have your payday stickers there. Then you have your paid stickers where you write down the bill that is due. You have 4 sheets of those because we use those a lot. I know I do. And then you have your little circle, your little dots where you can do like little notes like here and there. And that's what also I do on the side here. You have like your budget focus, or what you want to focus for your budget. And then you have your notes. And then I like to put my paydays here because sometimes I'll be trying to look all crazy trying to find it. And I just look here and I can see my paydays. So next I have a budget month outlook. I love this sheet and I do use it because I always put what I did last month. What was my last month wins? What did I do good? Because even though if your budget doesn't go really good, you still want to celebrate the wins that you have. That's what keeps me going. So I like to put, hey, Tina, this didn't work out for you last month, but hey, you did do this good. So it's kind of like it gives you the boost and say to not keep saying like, I didn't make my goals, but hey, I did do this. I did stay on track a little bit, you know? So then you have a box for debt payoff goals, no spend goals, investment goals, savings goals, and important dates. So you can write all of this in here, journal your little heart out, do whatever you need to do, right? All right, so next we have our monthly bill tracker. I cannot do a yearly bill tracker. I know a lot of people that can do that. I can't do it because my bills change every single month. And some of them are the same, but a lot of the times they are different because electricity, we use more electricity. We don't use the same every month. Water bill, we don't use the same every month. Credit card bill might be different due to interest or whatever, whatnot. So that's why I have to have a monthly bill tracker in every section of the month. I have to do it, and I write it every time. And on the bottom, I do a highlighter method. I categorize all of my bills so I know what I'm spending, like in credit cards, like if entertainment, what I'm spending for Aiden's daycare, well, after school and all that stuff like that. So that helps me figure out my budget that I have there. All right, so next, let's flip the page over. Now, this is my paycheck budget worksheet. So I know it looks a little bit weird, but this is how my brain works. I have to do it this way, so that way it makes it a lot easier for me. I'll explain, okay? So what I have is you have your payday, and I have the weeks. Now, I always stop the day before the payday because all of the bills that are due will go for this paycheck. So the next paycheck will go for the bills until the next payday. So that's how I write mine. So I have a spot for income, budgeted and actual, which the budgeted is pretty much how much you think you're going to make. Actual is how much you actually bring home. So this right here is pretty much like a check ledger. So when I have this amount where it says actual, like just say like if this is $500, and this will be, and I can go back. This is why I say I do this every month. I go back here and say like if my water bill is $10, knowing that ain't it, but we gonna practice. So I'll do 500 water bill, do budgeted 10, actual 10, and then what I'll do is I'll subtract the $10 from the 500, and that'll give me $490. So the next bill, just say like if I have electricity, my electricity was $90. So I'll do the same thing. I will subtract the $490 minus the $90, and that amount will give me $400 that I have left. So whatever I have left, I'll bring it down here and just say like if I have $200 left. Now this cash right here, because these are my non-negotiables, so this right here, I make sure that this amount that I have left, I can add that to savings. I can do for debt. I can do for my cash envelopes. I can do for sinking funds, or I can do for savings challenges. So that's what I want to make sure I get these done first. And then the money that I have left to play over, I can do, because I mean, you got to have your electricity. You got to have lights, water, place to live and that. So this right here, I ended up switching it. I put 5 paychecks because I know I get paid 4 times a month. And sometimes if I do side hustle, if I want to put it all into one, I'll get like 1 week because I get paid bi-weekly. I'll do 1 week, my bi-weekly paycheck. And then I'll do the next week, which is side hustle. Next week, bi-weekly paycheck. Next week, side hustle. And then because some people, they get paid 5 times a week. So that's why I did 5 paycheck budgets. Next, we have our weekly expense tracker. This is a way to keep track of your expenses. When I do my paycheck budget, I always do the weeks. I go ahead and write them in when I set up my budget monthly for that month. So this could be like the week from the 1st to the 5th. This will be the 6th to the 20th, or whatever you want to call it. And then I do the ledger down here also that I do for my monthly bill tracker. So this is just me keeping track of what I spent for that week there. So you do have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 to keep track of. This is just a debt snowball plan sheet. So you have your creditor, your start, your APR minimum, extra payment that you make, your interest, and your ending balance. And this right here is just a game plan. Just say like every time I get an extra $50, I will put for week 1, I'll put $50 to it. Another week 1, I'll do that. So that's just basically how I figure out that. It's just a plan, and then you have your notes here. So these right here are extra sinking fund sheets. So when I do like my cash stuffing for my sinking funds binder or my bills binder, I can do extra workouts on this sheet. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4. So I have 4 of those. And then I have write down if you want to write down confirmation numbers, or if you want to write certain bills, or if you want to write subscriptions, extra subscriptions that you have. So this is just a sheet to write all those down. All right, so then the rest of the months are the same. So we have May, June, we have July, August, got September, October, November, and then December. And then in the back we have some extra sheets here. We have extras. All right, so like I said, guys, I try to make this book as simple because I don't need too much extra in here. So these are just some extra sheets in the back. This is just a savings jar tracker. You can do this if you want to do it for your Roth IRA, or if you want to do it for college savings, you can just use this sheet here. The next one that we have in the back is this is just a debt tracker, just a simple one. You got front and back. And then you have an emergency fund. So you set your goal, and then you have each icon is, and you write, you have 35 count. And then you have a small contact list here. And then you just have it where you can put sticky notes here, and then just notes. And then that's it. That is all for this budget planner, guys. That's it. So guys, let me know in the comments what you think. Yeah. If you have not already hopped over to my Instagram, it's called 𝗗𝗓𝗏𝗡, and my TikTok is 𝗗𝗓𝗏𝗡. My site is www.pinklof.co. So guys, please let me know what you think about the budget planner, and if you have any suggestions or comments, guys. And until next time, peace.